So first we will start with the debt part for calculation purpose. So heading in your notes would be cost of debt. There are certain terminologies that we want to learn first. These terminologies are with respect to, so subheading in your notes that you can give right now is valuation of bonds. The first term we are looking at here is face value. Face value in most of the cases that you would come across would be 1000. Now this face value has two usage. I'll come to that part later on. Every bond will also have a coupon rate. Let us say this coupon rate is 15%. Now rather than thinking of this number as a percentage, you should always think of this number as an amount. So this coupon rate is always multiplied with face value. So face value 1000, coupon rate 15%. So whoever investor purchases this bond, every year he will receive how much? 150. Then every bond will have a maturity. Let us say 5 years. So based on this data, we can draw a timeline for this particular bond. So this is time 0, this is time 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. At time 0, we decide to purchase the bond. What should be the market price of this bond? What is the market price of this bond? 1000? We don't know that yet. We don't know the market price. So at time 0, we will have to pay whatever is the market value. So let's for the timing, let's keep it as MB. But once you pay the market value of the bond and you have the bond with you, then every year you will receive how much? 150. So this is 150, 150, 150, 150, 150. At the end of year 5, you would also receive back your, at the end of year 5, you would receive back your face value or principal. So in this case, that is 1000. Is that correct? Now, what we want to understand is what is the market value of this bond. How do we calculate that? And to calculate market value, the variable that we need now is yield to maturity. Going forward, we would simply be referring this number as YTM. And I want you to think of this YTM as simply the market interest rate. Market interest rate. And we know that interest rate in the market can keep on changing on daily basis. And therefore, YTM of a bond can also change on a daily basis. For the timing, let us set up this YTM as 15%. And now write down a sentence. Have you written this example? Write down a sentence. Market value of a bond. Market value of a bond at any point of time. Market value of a bond at any point of time is present value of future cash flow discounted at does anyone know this? Current YTM. Discounted at current YTM. Let us underline the word current. After YTM say or and say ... keep 3 lines empty below this. And this sentence we will complete about 2 to 3 months from now when we would be on fixed income. There are multiple ways in which you can value a bond. Right now we are just looking at the first one and the easiest one, that and it's really simple. Value of any bond is simply the present value of all future cash flows discounted backwards at the rate of current YTM. So for this bond, what are the cash flows we are looking at? 150, 150, 150, 150, 150 and 1000. These we have to discount backwards at the rate of 15%. Let us first use the cash flow function to do this. So press the cash flow button of your calculator. Then say second clear work. Come on to cash flow 1. We have nothing at time 0. So come on to cash flow 1. How much would be cash flow 1? 150. And what should be the frequency of cash flow 1? It would be 4, because in year 5 we are receiving 1150. So frequency of cash flow 1 has to be 4. Is that correct? So we have instructed your calculator that we've received 150, 150, 150, 150. Now come on to cash flow 2 and make it 1150. Are we done? Now press the NPV button. What should be the I here? 15. So say 15, enter, and compute NPV. The valuation would come out to be 1000. But now you can clearly observe that what we have here is the annuity of payments. Do you agree? Annuity means same amount, same interval. And if you have an annuity, we don't really have to use cash flow function. We can simply do this with the TVM row. So come out of cash flow, second quit. Second quit is the first button on the calculator. Now second clear TVM. 150 is the payment. What should be N? 5 is the N. 150 is being received 5 times. What should be the future value? Think carefully. What should be the future value? 1000 or 1150? Why not 1150? Because 150 is taken care in payments. Right? So future value is only 1000. So 1000 future value. 15 is IY. Compute present value. How much? 1000. So when the YTM is 15%, valuation of the bond was 1000. What if YTM is 20%? So what you need to do now, don't do second clear TVM. Just say 20 is IY, compute present value. The value of bond would come out to be 850. Now when the value of bond is 1000, we say that bond is trading at par. It is trading at the same price as of its face value. When the value is 850, we will say bond is trading at a discount. And why is it trading at discount? Put yourself in the investor's shoes. What is the current interest rate in the market? 20%. How much is this bond offering? 15. So it is offering you 5% lesser than the market. You would say, I don't want to buy at 1000. I will buy this bond from you only at 850. Correct? Now, if you buy the bond at 850, how much will you earn on your investment? 15% or 20%? You buy the bond at 850, every year you will receive how much? 150. By the end of year 5, 1000. So every year, am I earning 15% or 20%? 20%. How can we know that? Let's calculate an IRR for this investment. Press the cash flow button. Say second clear work. How much should be cash flow 0? 850. So 850 plus minus enter. How much is the cash flow 1? 150. Frequency 1, 4. Cash flow 2, 1150. Compute, press IRR and say compute. How much? 20%. Which means this YTM in bond valuation and IRR in capital budgeting are actually same concepts. Agree? Now this we can also calculate using the TVM row. Second clear TVM. 850 negative enter, 150 payment, 1000 future value, 5 as N, compute IY. Is it 20? Yes. What if the YTM is 10%? Calculate value of the bond. Now you'll have to do second clear TVM. Put your YTM as 10%, calculate value of the bond. Insert all the cash flows, keep YTM as 10, calculate value of the bond. The way you would enter cash flows, you would say 150 payment, 1000 future value, 5 as N, 10 as IY, compute present value. One two 82. And this kind of bond now would be called as bond trading at a premium. How many of you got 1282? Should I repeat again? Second clear TVM. Tell me how much should be payment? 150. 150 payment. How much should be future value? 1000. 1000 future value. What should be N? 5. 5 is N. IY would be 10. 10 is IY. Compute present value. 1189. Fine. How many of you got 1189 here? Any questions you want to ask? Any part you want me to repeat again? See, he's asked a good question. What he is saying is, what we did as of now, in cash flow 1, we put 150, frequency 1 we said 4, and in cash flow 2, we put 1150. What he's saying is, instead of doing this, can we say cash flow 1, 150, frequency 1, 5, and cash flow 2, 1000. Will it get us the same answer? No? Why? Yes, right. Because if you say cash flow 1, 150, frequency 1, 5, what you are saying is, on a timeline, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, you're saying you received 150 for the first 5 years, but this 1000 you received in the 6th year. So time value of money will get us a different answer. Is that making sense to you? Any questions? Please ask. Okay, so write down this then. If the coupon rate is higher than the YTM, if the coupon rate is higher than the YTM, then this bond would trade at a, if coupon is more than the YTM, the bond will trade at a discount, premium. So I'll give you a simple trick to think of this. Coupon is what you get, YTM is what you should get. Coupon is what you actually get. In this case, are you getting more or less? More. If you get more, it is a premium bond. If you get less, it is a discount bond. So if coupon is more than the YTM, we will say it's a premium bond. But if coupon is less than the YTM, then it would be a discount bond. and if coupon is same as the YTM, then the bond is trading at a par. Let's do an example. This is time 0, this is time 1, time 2, 3, 4 and 5. Maybe let's add 6. Let us say we have a bond which has got face value of 1000, coupon rate of 20%, maturity of 6 years. Maturity of 6 years. Now the YTM in the market kept on changing every year. So at time 0 when the bond was issued, YTM was 30%. At time 1, the YTM reduced to 20%, then 15%, then 10%, then 5%, 2%, 1%. Calculate value of the bond, market value of the bond at each of these years. Calculate market value of the bond at time 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Let's do this together. See, sing this sentence with me. The sentence we wrote on valuation of bond. Value of a bond at any point of time is present value of future cash flow discounted at current YTM. So when you're here, how many cash flows are left? So what are the cash flows here? Every year the cash flow would be 200, and by the end of 6th year there would be a cash flow of 1000. So when you want to value the bond here at time 0, all these cash flows discounted at the rate of 30%. So second clear TVM, 200 as payment, 1000 as future value, 6 as N, 30 as IY. How much would that be? 7? 35. Is this a premium bond or discount bond? Discount. Why? Because the market rate is 30 but the bond is giving us just 20%. Now don't do second clear TVM. But when you're at time 1, what are the future cash flows left with us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? So in your TVM row, overwrite 6 as N to 5 as N. So say 5N. Don't say second clear TVM, just overwrite the previous numbers. Have you done that? 5 as N. But what is the IY today? 20. 20 as IY. Compute present value. 1000. Now it's a par bond. That coupon rate and the YTM in the market has come out to be same. Now say 4 as N, because you're going 1 year forward, so 4 as N, 15 as IY. 1142. 3 as N, 10 as IY. 1248. 5 as N, 2 as IY. 2 as N, 2 as IY, 1 as N. 13. Should I repeat again? Second clear TVM, let's do this one again. Second clear TVM, 200 payment, 1000 future value, 1 is N, 2 is IY, compute present value. And it doesn't matter what is the IY here, because anyways what you would get back from the company on this date is 1000. 1000. Value of the bond is 1000, 200 is the coupon. Okay. Let's do a different one. Face value of the bond is 1000. Coupon rate 15%, but it is a semi-annual bond or semi-annual coupon. Semi-annual means coupon would be paid twice a year. Maturity, let us say, is 2 years, and YTM is 14%. Calculate value of the bond. Let's do this together. It's a semi-annual bond, meaning of which is the coupon is paid to you twice a year. The annual amount of coupon is how much? 150. So for half of the year you would get how much? 75. So at half of the year you would get 75, 75, 75, 75, and then you would get 1000 back. Now YTM per year is 14%. Therefore, your IY is going to be half of 14, which is going to be 7. So, second clear TVM, 75 is the payment. But what should be N? 4 is the N. 1000 future value. 7 would be IY. Compute present value. 1016. Are we fine here? Let's do one more. Face value 1000. It is a zero coupon bond. Zero coupon means you would not be paid any amount of coupon on an annual basis. Zero coupon bond. It is a semi-annual bond. Even though it's zero coupon, semi-annual, that means compounding is going to happen twice a year. YTM is 10% per annum, and maturity is 5 years. Calculate value of the bond. Calculate market value of the bond today. Six one 613. What is your answer? 614. 613. How many of you got 613? Okay, let's do it together. The only cash flow in this entire series that you're going to receive is at year 5, which is going to be 1000. Second clear TVM, 1000 is future value. What should be N? 5 or 10? N would be 10 because the compounding is happening in semi-annual fashion. So 10 as N. What should be IY? 5. 5 is IY. Compute present value. Is it getting you 613? So that's the answer. Easy? Let's do one more. Yes, sir. Good. If it's a zero coupon bond, the question is asked. If it's a zero coupon bond, does it make a difference if it's semi-annual or annual? Okay, let's do using the annual convention now. Same question. What if the compounding was annual? This was semi-annual. Just a minute. Let's solve for annual. Second clear TVM. Second clear TVM. 1000 future value. 5 as N. 10 as IY. Compute present value. 620. What? Just 620? Okay, 621. Is there a difference? Yes. Because 10% per annum semi-annual is substantially higher than 10% per annum annual. These are completely different rates. When we say 10% semi-annual, it is a substantially higher rate. So 10% semi-annual is actually 1 plus 5% raised to 2, which I am guessing minus 1. This would be 10.25% per annum. Do this on your calculator. 1.05 x square 1.05 x square minus 1. 1.1025. So that's 10.25%. Which means if you go to a bank and if you ask them what is the interest rate, they say 10%. But what is the frequency? If they say semi-annual, they are actually offering you 10.25% per annum. But if they say annual, they are offering you only 10%. Can YTM be? Yes, it can be. YTM, if the... Yes. Okay. See, YTM is always an annual number. In fact, the rule of thumb is any interest rate that is quoted, it is always quoted as annual. But when we do compounding, we'll have to decide what is the compounding frequency. The frequency of compounding is semi-annual here. Is that making sense? Let's do a question. If see coupon, it is always annual. If frequency, if nothing is mentioned, frequency is annual, and if it is mentioned, then we'll have to divide it accordingly. Okay. Now do this one. Face value 1000. Coupon rate 15% semi-annual. Maturity 3 years. Market value 875. What is the YTM of this particular bond? Let's do this together. Second clear TVM. 75 is the payment. 1000 future value. 875 negative present value. 875 negative present value. 6 as N. Compute IY. You would get 10.4. But this is what we are earning in one period, which is 6 months, so multiplied by 2, that would get us 20 by 8 as the answer. And for a minute, if you felt 10.4, you could have always cross-checked that this bond is actually a discount bond. Market value is less than 1000, so YTM has to be more than coupon. So 10.4 was an impossible answer. Making sense? Second, I'm repeating again. Second, clear TVM. 75 payment, 1000 future value, 6N, 875 negative present value, compute IY. Got the answer?